So, Brother Edwin, you were saying you were at the hospital. You left the hospital. Your heart was down. The doctor said you're going to die. You said you didn't care. And you were on your way to your mother's house, and you saw this great figure like a guard in front of her house.
Exactly, Pastor. That first time I saw him, I was all real high and all messed up. The second day, I said, I'm not going to do no drugs. I ain't going to do nothing. I'm going to go straight. But at the same time, I'm going to see what's going on here. It's kind of strange.
So you thought that the man you saw was probably because of the drugs?
Yeah, it could, that's possible.
You were hallucinating.
Maybe I was seeing things. I mean, I was used to seeing demons and all kinds of crazy stuff, but not that person. Like that from somebody's house.
So you used to see demons. I mean,
sir.
The devil revealed himself to you.
Yes, sir.
You were used to all that, but the figure you saw in front of her house was different.
Completely different. There was something different about that person there. Kind of got my attention. Anyway, I came back the next night. I went to my mother's house again. Guess what? He was right there again. And I was, well, that's kind of weird. Anyway, I approached my mom's house. I jumped the fence, and I fell flat on the ground. I could not get up. Something kept holding me down. I tried to go forward. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do anything. Something was holding me down against the ground. So I said, I was confused. So, let me go. I jumped the fence again, came back again, ran over the fence, jumped again. That happened a couple times, right?
Something kept holding you back on the floor.
Yeah, he didn't move, he didn't do nothing. He was just standing there. Mm. And I just kept hitting the floor. I could not move, I couldn't do nothing. Anyway, I said, I know what's going on now. I understand. You protected my mother, and you don't want me to go inside the house. Guess what? I'm going to come back. I went to my favorite place, the cemetery. Started calling all kinds of demons, calling on the name of Satan, Lucifer. I mean, when I left the cemetery, I didn't leave alone. I went inside alone, but I didn't leave alone. I mean, I was running with other things, spirits, to my mother's house. When I got to my mother's house, again, he was right there, standing. He didn't move even a single inch. But when I look back, my friends were moving back. They didn't want no part of that.
All the demonic hosts that were with you didn't want to approach that figure.
That never happened before. Never. The devil told me that he was all powerful. The demons told me nobody could withstand their strength. But when they saw that person in front of my mother's house, they didn't want a part of him.
I remember the time that Nicky Cruz group came into my neighborhood, and it's called Truce. They would come and do drive-bys in my neighborhood. They would do like worship, and then they would preach a word and go to another corner and do the same thing. And I came after this group to try to bring them down, this group. And they were young kids. They were like 18, 17, 16, 20. I mean, so I said, how dare they play this junk, this filthy music in my neighborhood, today we call worship. This filthy music in my neighborhood. I'm going to go after them. I'm going to destroy these kids. So when I went up to where they were at, there was a wall of fire around them. I couldn't penetrate and touch them. And there was something pushing me back. Every time I tried to throw demonic forces again, there was something that would just push me back. And I was able to touch these kids. And I said, there was something here. It's not right. Something is not falling into place. So I walked away and I left them alone. I didn't want to deal with them. I said, okay, they won this first round.
The Davis brothers went to a revival meeting, and we were friends, and I didn't like the idea that they went to church, because after all I'd been through, the church was an enemy. People in the church were weak, and to me, I thought they were weak and cowards and wouldn't fight, and that's how we were in the street. So when I saw them, I felt like they were abandoning us, the rest of us, to go on chasing after this Jesus thing. And when I would see them come back, and they would minister to a lot of our other friends because they were excited about being saved, and they would tell the rest of the guys, saying, you need to stop these drugs and stuff and come and get saved. Well, if they get saved, I lose a lot of customers. I said, I'm gonna send some curses after them, some spirits to curse them, to stop them, slow them down. And so these little spirits, I called them up. They came up out of the ground, and I told them, I said, I'm sending you over here, and I want you to go over there and stop these guys. A warning, I'm giving them a warning. I want you to terrorize them, torment them, night and day, 24 hours a day, till they come back out here in the streets with us. So I sent this little one about so big. He went over there and he came back and he says, I can't do nothing to them, they're protected. And I told that spirit, I said, what did I tell you to do? I told you to go destroy them. He went out again. And it came back and said, I told you, I can't touch them, they're protected. So I said, get out of here. I sent him, you back down to the floor where you come from. So another one, I sent a bigger one this time, a little bigger than about that size. And I said, now you go and do what that other one, he didn't do. I said, you go and destroy them. You go, you tear everything up, you tear their house up, you tear their mama up, you tear their cars up, set the house on fire with them in it. Do everything I tell you to do. You better not fail. So that spirit disappeared and it went. Then I waited for a few days, and that spirit came back with a sad look on his face, and I said, did you do what I told you to do? He said, I can't touch them. Just like that other one told you, we can't touch them, they're protected. And I got mad at him, I brushed him off. Then I astral projected out of my body. Left my body at one place, then I went into another place. And when I got there, I found exactly what it was, like a snap of a finger. And when I got there, there was 2 8-foot-tall angels with a flaming sword. They looked like they had been working out in the gym. They was tough. And I stood around the back of a telephone pole and I peeked out at them and said, man, I see why them little imps couldn't do nothing. Wow. Then I went back into myself. Man, these guys, wow. They got some serious power, man. My God, they got some power behind them.